What's going on, guys? We got a tri-tip that we've been thinking about doing. I mean, I've been doing a lot of brisket, a lot of sausages, you know, a lot of low and slow type of stuff, but been wanting a little bit of a steak, you know what I mean? A little bit of a medium rare, give or take or so. One of the things that I also wanted to try out is that I ended up picking up a grill grate for the Kamado Joe. I'm not sure if you guys haven't seen the video of the grill grates on the Kamado Joe, the link will be right over here or over here. One of the two. So I thought to myself, you know what? I can use it on the Joe, but I also want to compare the 1600 using the griddle versus the Recteq using the actual grill grates. See what it turns out. Now, I don't want to make it into a 1600 versus Recteq video. I want to primarily worry more about what the results look like using the grill grates on the Recteq. We're going to do a quick seasoning on the tri-tip. We're also going to use a little bit of a compound butter, right? See how that turns out. If it does turn out pretty good, I'll go ahead and provide the recipe on the description below. But let's go ahead and see what we got. Let's go. Let's go ahead and see what we got here. This tri-tip came from HEB. They normally don't have it there, but you know, anytime that they do, I always try and go ahead and at least get one, especially if it's prime. If it's the regular one, I might still get it, but if it's prime, I'm definitely gonna go ahead and get it. So here it is. There's really not much trimming, although the butcher did a number over here, man. Look at this. Whatever. I'm just gonna go ahead and trim some of this stuff right over here, you know, just a little bit, not a whole lot. We're gonna go with a good old-fashioned Montreal steak seasoning, man. I mean, a lot of people say, no, man, there's better rubs and stuff like that. Okay, understandable, and I've used a lot of rubs, okay? But, I mean, to me, this is kind of like the classic, I feel. Before the steak rub started, you know, getting real, I don't know if I want to use the word fashionable, but kind of a little bit. Montreal steak seasoning was, I won't say the standard, but it was pretty much what almost everyone had. So it's just one of those rubs that you can always fall back on. You already know what it tastes like. You know it's good. You know the majority of the people coming over to the party have already tried it out, so it's nothing new to them. All right, let's get the sides a little bit here. Get you some of that flavor a little bit. There we go. All right, guys, let's go ahead and fire up the Recteq. Fire is on. I do have these grill grates. These are not the ones that Recteq sells. These, you can actually get them a whole lot cheaper on Amazon, and I'll go ahead and leave that link in the description below. But you can get these far cheaper, and they work incredibly well. And I can use them on my Kamado Joe. If you have a Weber kettle, these will fit. The Recteq specific ones, I believe they're full length, right? But these I can use on my Kamado Joe. I can use it on the Pit Boss. I can use it on the Recteq. Pretty much anything. They're a lot cheaper. So I'll go ahead and leave the link in the description below. Let me go ahead and close this thing down. 250 degrees. Once it preheats to 250 degrees or so, we'll go ahead and put the steaks in. Alrighty, smoker's up to temp. Let's go ahead and see what the deal is. Put this tri-tip right over here in the center, and we're gonna put a meat temp probe in the thickest part somewhere around here. I think that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and close her up. Now, guys, one of the reasons why I went ahead and I put the grill grates there is because I want to preheat them, right? I want to preheat them so that once we crank up the temperature and everything, we don't have to start from the bottom all the way to the top. They're going to be preheated to around 250 degrees or so. Once we crank it up to about 500-600 degrees, then we can go ahead and start doing the sizzle action. And I do have a compound butter that I went ahead and tried out. I don't know if it's going to taste any good, but if it does, I'm going to go ahead and have the recipe in the description below. But if it's bad, then I'm not going to include it. All right, guys, see you in a bit. So internal temp is 127. I'm going to take it out at 127 because once we start doing the reverse sear process, it's going to carry over to about 130 to maybe 135 or so. So let's go ahead and take it out right now. Look at the color on this thing, guys. Get out. There we go. Now, what we're gonna end up doing is we're gonna move the grill grates right in here. That's about right. Now, let's go ahead and close this thing down, because now we're gonna go full send, boys. There you go, full send. So this is the tri-tip. It has a nice mahogany color and everything, looks pretty good. Now, this is the first time me trying it, so I'll be able to go ahead and let you know if this is really good or not. I've never used a compound butter before. This is my first time, so let's see what we got. All right, boys, y'all ready? I am. We're around 500 degrees, give or take. It's starting to smoke up a bit, even though I cleaned that out. You know, it's always gonna burn off any residue or whatever the case may be, so that's exactly what's happening right now. All right, so let's go ahead and put it in. Woo! All right. Oh, bro, it's hot. I'm gonna do this way first. Get some grill mark action. Bring it down a little bit. That way the temperature can go up a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and do a flippy. Oh yeah, these come with the grill grates spatula already. There you go. Press it down. Make sure you get some of those beautiful marks, man. That's what we're going after. That's what we want. Okay, now it's time to go ahead and do the flippy. See how well the grill marks ended up. Could have been a little bit better. Probably needs some weight to it in order for all the grill marks to go in. I mean, they're still noticeable. Don't get me wrong, they're noticeable. But they're not as noticeable as what I would want them. We'll add the compound butter here in shortly. All right, let's go ahead and spin it around. I moved it a little bit towards the front so that the camera can capture it a little bit better. Now we're gonna go, I think this way is gonna be fine. We'll see how that goes. All right, boys, time for the reveal. Let's see what we ended up with. It's not the worst. Seems decent enough. Let's go ahead and check it out. But you know what? The other side didn't really get a whole bunch, so I'm gonna try one more time, guys. Let's see what we got. And I think it's time to go ahead and do the compound butter. Let's go ahead and do that, guys. Ooh. Let's see how that melts off. Look at that, gents. Let me go ahead and turn this thing off. I'm gonna put some more of this here butter. Ah, that dropped. This thing is piping hot, guys. Butter quickly melted away. Real easy. All right, time to go ahead and let it rest and see what we got. Guys, that compound butter, fantastic. you really got to try it. I will go ahead and leave everything in the description so that you can go ahead and give it a shot, because I'm telling you 100%, you're going to like it. Now, I think I would have added a little bit more pepper, maybe next time, but so far it was perfect. All right, as far as steak goes with the grill grates, I'll be honest, guys, the video that you guys saw on this pit boss with griddle, I think that had a little bit more flavor than the Recteq, but then again, you know, we're using the grill grates where it doesn't really sear everything, and only sears, you know, a couple of lines here and there, and even then it didn't really sear them that well. So maybe the temperature still need to go even higher. So that's up to you guys whether you guys want to go that route or not. Personally, I prefer having an actual fire sear. I understand that the grill grates, you know, they leave beautiful marks and stuff like that, but it doesn't really give you a whole bunch of flavor, man. And I like a little bit of that crust, a little bit of that char, especially when the char is coming from a flame. You can tell the difference right away, especially if you're using something like mesquite. Even better, bro. But anyways, guys, that's what it is. Be sure to go ahead and like, subscribe. See you in the next one. Later, guys.